Yeah, we're live. What's up, everybody? How's it going? It is Wednesday, September 24th. We've got.
Where are we?
Where are we? Yeah, we've got. What do we got? We got a lot going on. We got Aldi rebranded. We've got vape packaging that they're pushing to be generic because, you know, all the kids like that.
For the kids.
Yep. For the kids. Dump one out for the kids. And then what else we got? There's been a couple companies have been bought out. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in packaging news today. It is Packaging Today show. We got Corey the Caveman Connors. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Good. Good morning. How are you?
Awesome, man. Sustainable Packaging Podcast. We've got Adam Peak, the Label King.
I'm still here.
Oh, can really hear you.
What?
The king of the mountain.
Is that better? Is that better?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
You got to hear the
freaking turn down.
sultry sounds.
Turn down for what? Dun, 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 dun.
That's it. Show's over.
Dude, you went to go see Corey. You went to go see Ice Cube. That was pretty cool, man. We got
Blast from the past. What a incredible talent he's been creating for over 40 years, and he played or rapped songs from way back when, that the ones I remember. So it's really fun.
Don't
nice, dude. Did it put your butt to sleep?
No.
All right. All right.
No, I stood most of the time.
Deep cut right there. All right, man. So if you're watching this, then obviously the rapture did not happen.
Wow, we've got a guest from
Ivory Coast.
Côte d'Ivoire.
Yeah, check that out.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. And then we got LinkedIn user. Hi from MJ.
Hello, MJ.
Michael Jordan. Michael Jackson. MJ.
It's probably Jordan.
It's Jordan.
We're big.
He loves
We're big.
packaging.
We're big in Chicago.
True.
All right, man. So, all right. So, what do we got going? Adam, why don't you tell us a little bit about this rapture thing? We'll get started.
Yeah. So, in the book of First Thessalonians,
Wait, what? Dude, it looks like Adam's been raptured. I don't know what happened.
He's gone.
He is. Not everybody's so lucky to get raptured.
His glasses and hat, all that's left behind.
It's all that's left. I mean, you saw it here first, folks.
Apparently your clothes go with you.
Awesome. All right. So we'll have to do the show without the Label King. All right, man. So let's jump to this. A couple things happening. I think actually big news.
Wait, no, I want to stay. I want to stay.
He's back.
Dang it.
You've been returned. You've been refunded like a bad pair of socks at Walmart.
You know what it was?
What was it?
It was the overalls.
Yeah. They don't want those.
I wasn't dressed appropriately. And then, guys, no tattoos, apparently, for the rapture.
No tattoos.
It was so awesome.
Awesome for a second. All right, man. So actual big news in packaging. I'm like pitch black all of a sudden. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, well, not all of a sudden. It's been that way since the show. You didn't turn on your light.
Yeah, let's see. Let's turn this on with the phone.
He's calling his lighting experts.
Yeah. Turn this on. Bam.
Wow.
All right. So big news in the packaging world. We've got EUDR, the deforestation regulation out of the EU that was pushed back a year last September, is now, as it's going to go into effect here January 1st, has now been delayed another year. for January 1st, 2027.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's
Kind of par
tough,
for the
man.
course, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they threaten. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Brands make decisions because it's going to happen. It was supposed to happen here in a couple of months, in 2 months. And with packaging, you can't just switch and go, all right, now we've got new material, we've got all the tracking, we've got supply chain transparency. Here's
Mhm.
exactly what tree this box came from, or this bag came from, or whatever it was. Like that takes time to put into place. Brands have pivoted at times at a cost to them because some of
Right.
this material is going to increase cost if you've got to have that type of tracking. Not all material has it available today. And it's like, nah, sorry. It's like,
Is that part of FSC certification? Is location of the actual trees?
no,
That's not. That doesn't.
partially, but it's not enough.
It's less specific. Okay.
It is less specific, and then there's less reporting that goes on. So with EUDR, you actually have there's a platform that you log on, and you're supposed to put in all your due diligence statements in there. That's the DDS process, which then you put in geolocation of the actual plot where the trees came from that generated the material.
Incredible.
And then it's similar to FSC where they had to follow. It went to this mill, it went to this processing plant, and then went here, and then kind of like all the way through until it gets delivered.
It doesn't even seem feasible. I mean, I interviewed Meta Board, and they have 90,000 families that farm their trees for them. How could you possibly identify exactly which area each piece of paper raw materials came from? It seems incredible to me.
Yeah, no, it's insane the way that this actually happens. We got Dan. Absolutely, it's a huge announcement. It's a big shift back to the way things were. Now, I kind of feel the same. That EPR will probably go the same route. I hope not, but
It's
the way
going
things
to.
are going, I mean, nothing bad can happen.
It'll just keep getting delayed, right?
Look at,
Only
California
can good happen.
or keeps getting pushed back for good reasons, I think.
Yes.
It's and I actually like the push pull of legislation versus commerce, where it's like, okay, do this, and then commerce is like, we're not ready to do it, and legislation is like, okay, fine, but how about now? And then I think it's actually a healthy thing to have happen. I would almost rather see this than put in laws that are easy to accomplish. It's like,
right. That don't do anything, right?
That aren't really all that impactful. So now what's bad is laws that are hard to accomplish that are not impactful, and that's I think, part of the whole EPR conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is I hadn't seen the announcement on the EUDR, so that's a big deal.
Yeah, no, it's huge. I think it came across yesterday morning.
I was busy selling my house, my cars.
Getting ready for the rapture.
I only have
take it all with you.
These are the only overalls I own now, which is a real shame. I'm gonna have to replenish my overall. Yeah. And by the way, somebody said this is actually a serious point to an unserious thing. But I do think that this also happens in packaging. Like, I got a couple of people commenting on my videos, like not only in my directly to me, but also in public, like, hey, don't you think this is a little irreverent, not irrelevant? And I was listen, things that that are ridiculous deserve a ridiculous response. And this was one of those things that I felt like was ridiculous. And it's okay to give a ridiculous response to something that is ridiculous. Like, it's an unserious idea. And I think that sometimes we see this also in our industry, right? When people come up with unserious ideas and then we respond in an unserious way,
right?
That's deserving of, I think it's okay. Not to be a jerk about it, but it's like,
you're making light of it because it's silly, right?
It's serious. Yeah. But there's people who took it seriously, and that's sad. Anyway, back
which part are people taking seriously?
The rapture.
Oh,
No, EUDR is obviously should be taken seriously. That's not a silly concept. I'm just saying like I made like ridiculous videos about this ridiculous concept. I tried to time the packaging. I really did, guys. I did my
It
best.
was a long shot, but it did.
Yeah,
You
made
nailed
it
it.
happen.
It was fun.
Let's talk about vape pens.
Oh man, speaking of heaven, vape pens will put you in heaven way faster than anything else. Am I
So
right?
were they turning them all tan or something? They're making them boring looking.
Actually, yeah. Let me pull
So
this up
the
here.
kids
to
won't
show you.
vape. This
What's
is a
going
really
on.
dangerous topic, actually. I think a lot of young people are overdoing it on this stuff, and it's very addictive.
Yeah, I'd say like similar to packaging that was packaging that was like for cigarettes. Like if you go
Oh
to
yeah,
other, if you go to other countries, you see the guy with the chopped off leg.
nasty pictures. Yeah,
Yeah, you see all that stuff. This is taken a little bit differently. This is going with standardized, just the brand, the top, the flavor in the middle, and then huge thing that tells you it's highly addictive. I don't know that this is going to make a difference.
I don't either.
So is this saying that you don't want to make it look like it's bubblegum and mango and all that?
Right.
It's just
Correct.
like make this very sterile, and
This
so
is not
maybe it's not going to be.
Snoopy. Yeah.
Who is saying to do? Is this a legislation piece of legislation, or is this just like hey, this would be nice if you guys would do this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is coming out of Europe, where they're trying to do this. Whoa, let me make this a little bit smaller here. You can see that we don't need to see the doctor tells you how to eat eggs.
Scrambled.
Yeah, so it's like you said, it's kind of taking it from all the big, colorful, bold things to simplifying it into just something really easy.
It almost looks like a pharmaceutical drug, though. It's like,
Yeah.
to me, that would be
like a generic. Yeah.
This is healthy for you.
Yeah. So the first option is keep the full branded packaging and then just put this giant sticker on the bottom of it, or label, or just print on it.
Labels.
I think this kind of misses the mark. Something being addictive, I don't think is going to deter people. They need to talk about why it's bad for your health, why overdoing nicotine can cause damage, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean they've given 4 options.
People know it's addictive, obviously.
Yeah, the first one's like still color branded and there's that information, and then the second, the third, they're all pretty much the same. They're just different typefaces.
I don't think that this is like, hey, how do we keep people from using vapes? That's a whole other, like, you'd have to almost like make it illegal. But I do think that there could be a situation where this deters people.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's 5% of people who were attracted to the idea of a vape. And obviously we work in packaging and branding. There is something very real about color schemes and things like that. And so if it's a small impact, but it's easy to implement, then I would say like, don't
do it.
Yeah, don't shy away from the small impacts on something like the health of teenagers. It's
it's like Matt says, perception's reality. This will make an impact, just don't really know how big or how small. I kind of think of like, I don't know, back in my day when I was in high school, there was like death cigarettes, and
in Japan
everybody carried around a pack of death cigarettes because they were black.
Mm-hmm.
Had a big skull and crossbones, and it just said death across the top. It was like in your face, and it's like, and that was the whole point.
Then they started
right on the front. They told right on the front, this is going to kill you.
Yeah, I mean, but like, what really curbed cigarette use in America? I noticed it when I was over in Spain. I was like, wow, there's a lot of cigarette smoking happening in
it's very
Spain.
common. Yeah.
And so, but like
when you were in Spain,
yeah, I don't
I
know.
hear all about that.
But let me tell you about when I was in Barcelona. So, but
It
but
was
I
a
mean,
sticker conference, is that right? You talked
yeah,
about
it was Sticker Expo. But there was a shift in the U.S. that happened with tobacco use in terms of like cigarettes and like that took a huge hit. But I don't think that overall tobacco use went away. Like vape came, vaping became increased. Obviously legalization of cannabis curbed a lot of like standard tobacco use, just chewing tobacco and cigarettes. So I don't know. I mean, is it going to make a massive difference? I don't think it's going to make a massive difference.
Yeah, I mean, kids stopped smoking cigarettes and started smoking vapes. So
that's what it is. Yeah.
Or using those Zyn pouches or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, did we really change anything? Did those Truth commercials ever change anything? Probably.
It was probably actually better when you had to like smoke a physical cigarette because you had to like.
You were limited where you could do it.
Had to go outside and you had to, and you smelled, and like there was a lot of like consequences. Now I think that's what makes vaping so appealing to kids is like there's not a lot of noticeable consequences when you vape, right? They materialize over time, I'm sure, with lung health and things like that. But
we should talk about packaging.
Yeah, let's get back to packaging, bro.
I don't know, just an idea.
Yeah, don't. Tom says don't forget his ends.
Important comments, Adam. But yes,
Well, I guess I'm asking the question: is packaging really going to make much of a difference in this topic? And it's like probably small, but not likely to be very noticeable.
I don't think black and white letters that talk about how it's addictive are going to have any impact.
Yeah,
I think everybody knows that nicotine is addictive.
Let me ask this question the other way then. Then why do we have so much branding on packaging? And it's because it does make a difference, right, Avelio?
Yes.
That's your world is colors and layouts.
Well, it's gonna help it. It's gonna help the product compete on shelf, which is the whole point of packaging. Obviously, besides protecting the product, but yeah, it's gonna help it compete. It's gonna help you find your people, right? Your group that is attracted to X is gonna go to this particular product. But if everything shifts to this black and white thing,
oh yeah,
then the group that's still addicted is still addicted, and they're still going to go after that particular. They're going to just find it by flavor.
Got it.
I don't know, but I mean, talking about packaging, Aldi, who always gets accused of copying, we just had a conversation about them, didn't we? Where they were copying Oreos and Nutter Butters, and they were calling it like Ori somethings, and then Zorios, yeah, Aldios. And the packaging looks exactly the same. So now they've gone ahead and they've done like a full redesign, rebrand. And then just kind of wrapping up here, Tom's got, in Europe, they've got the black lung and the chopped off legs and the dead people on the packaging. And people still smoke that. Yeah, it doesn't make a huge impact. But if you look at this packaging from Aldi, this will make you stop smoking. This is, so this is their store brand. Everything's got like a little Aldi. It says, Happy Harvest from Aldi or on Aldi Original and Aldi Original. So Sunday Shop and Aldi Original.
Well, they have Christless sandwiches. Those did not get resurrected.
Yes.
Rapture.
I don't know.
Sorry, Corey.
What do you guys think about this packaging?
Would that Havarti be good for coffee cheese?
No, Havarti's not a good coffee cheese. Mozzarella.
Diced tomatoes are good though.
Maybe a Gouda, but that's about it.
It looks like pretty basic packaging, like not super exciting.
Yeah, all of this. I mean, this feels like 1990s generic store brand stuff.
Yeah.
Like maybe at the very beginning of 2000s when Target was starting to redesign all their store brands, where they were just testing out what it would look like to add a little bit of color and not just have it be like Target brand. actually naming their products. You know, before they exploded with a ton of different in-house brands that did amazing. But yeah, I'm not loving this. I don't see a connection between all of these. You don't necessarily have to have a connection between vanilla bean and chicken and a bag of chicken, but yeah, I don't know. I think you can do a lot better. I just interviewed Terry, who does artificial intelligence, AI photography. He just closed his studio as a his photography studio. He would go out and shoot like Papa John's and like Baskin Robbins, like all the photos for their packaging and for their ads of food. He would travel all over the world doing that, and he shut down his studio to go 100% in to AI generated photography of food and packaging and branding. And it's like, that's what's available. And if you kind of look at some of the stuff, like the tomatoes on that packaging just look kind of dried out. And why not generate something a little bit more exciting? Why not do something different? Why do something so old? So I don't know. I'm not a fan of this packaging.
Seems like there'll be a trend towards AI and then a trend back from it in some situations because of what you're talking about, I think.
Yeah, I think brands will probably lean in to it. What do we got? We got from Chris saying, from a design standpoint, could over branding risk diluting the unique appeal of the quality of the smaller lines? Yeah, I don't know. Like they're trying to just get rid of all these lines, kind of just combine them all into like the kids line, their freezer section line, and all have some kind of connection. But I don't know. It seems I feel
Zoreos.
that this is not great.
Zoreos. What does Matt say here?
It says weak. Although it's weak, Whole Foods private brands is pretty effective. I wouldn't say it does anything special for me, but you know what to look for, and it's 365 brand on every product. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. You know who else is, I think, a good job? Sorry, Corey.
Yeah,
not sorry, actually. I get interrupted all the time.
Sorry enough to keep talking.
Yes, exactly. I really like the Sprouts private brand as well. I know that Corey, you will see some of the folks from MBD. They do a lot of work with Sprouts, so shout out to that crew of people over there. But I think, Whole Foods, Sprouts, these are really, really well executed private brands, and I think that there's a lot of learning that could happen from them.
Yeah.
Right. You know what time it is?
OMG.
OMG is right. Since you guys are watching, you guys are listening, do us a favor right now. We're going to get into Can We Solve It? Corey Connors, give us a quick explanation. What is Can We Solve It, and who is it brought to you by?
Brought to you by SmartSolve Dissolvable Packaging. It is an opportunity for our audience to ask us a question, and if we cannot solve it, we'll send you a shirt. Really cool shirt, actually. Very nice one.
Yes.
So,
by the way,
the question.
Speaking of, while everyone's ramping up their questions, there was actually quite a few people looking for water soluble dissolvable labels at Label Expo. There were brands that were there because of some of the regulations in Europe for reusable packaging. So that if we look at the trends in Europe, and if we think like some of those are going to happen here in the US, reusable packaging is going to need some sort of a wash off label on a lot of containers. And so SmartSolve is ahead of the game on that. And so I actually connected a couple different brands with Alex and Ashley and their team over there. So pretty cool to see what they've been working on, starting to get a little bit of traction.
Yeah, that's awesome. And if you guys are with Bon Mama, the jelly brand with the killer glass jars, go connect them with SmartSolve, because man, I use those as glasses, and the new adhesive they're using on their labels does not come off.
Wait, who is this? I'm gonna call them right now.
It's Bon Mama
jelly brand.
Yeah.
How do you spell this?
I don't know, man.
You Bon?
Yeah, I think it's like Bonne and then Mama.
B-O
So
and
if you're listening or watching and
If
have a
you're still
question for
listening.
us, now's your chance to ask the question. It has to be packaging related, of course, and something that is specific to packaging. And if we can't solve it, we'll send you a
Be a winner
t-shirt.
shirt.
So
Yeah.
Carrie, Nitesh,
Yeah, drop a line. I'm just looking at Carrie's comment here, just tagging on to
Tom.
Chris's comment. Some retailers are intentionally looking less consistent for a less corporate, more entrepreneurial. Yeah, that makes sense. If kind of making each product a little different and on its own. I mean, you're competing with a lot of these startups, so you want to make your brand look a little startup-y.
That's a good point, Carrie.
We got Nitesh saying he's working with a wellness brand that's rooted in Ayurveda. Balance is the core concept. And there any inspiration suggestions you could share? Yeah, take a look at other brands in that particular category and see what they're doing, and then do the opposite.
Right.
It's usually like a good place to start. Yeah, we got Matt saying that stuff is amazing. Probably talking about Magelli. It's pretty good stuff.
Oh, interesting point. The labels come off in the dishwasher. So that's something that I've experienced as well with peanut butter jars and things like that are difficult to wash by hand. I put them in the dishwasher.
But
yeah, that's where I throw those in. But what's left is like I have the rectangular adhesive film. It used to
the haze, right?
Yeah, it used to come off completely, and now you get left with that junk.
Corey, as part of Solve It, why would a Smart Solve label be better in that application than a standard label?
Yeah, great point. Because it would actually dissolve and it would actually come off, and it wouldn't, cause problems down the line, and you can actually reuse that jar, which is really great.
No microplastics.
No microplastics. No, it's not BOPP film. It's not a coated film that with polymers, so it's a much more sustainable solution.
All right, Sylvain Dronet, CEO of Andros North America, hit me up. I know you're watching.
He's
the CEO of the company that owns Bon Maman.
Perfect.
I got you, Sylvain.
All right, dude. So if I'm doing a glass jar, like that jelly jar, for example, and I was going to use a Smart Solve label over the top of it I don't know anything about these stickers. Do you have to use like a special glue?
Yeah.
Are there different types of glues based on the application? Like what are my options here, Label King?
Yeah. So there are at least 100 different types of adhesives that you could use on that.
I didn't know that.
Do you offer all 100 of these, or are you limited by your equipment? Like, how does that work?
So the answer is yes, and that's not special to us. Pretty much every label converter is able to buy materials from the people that make the raw materials. Like we're not vertically integrated that we're making and coating our own material. And so typically what I do is I would go talk to Bon Maman, and they would say, we want for our labels to be able to come off and leave behind no adhesive, but they also have to stay on the glass. And then I'll go work with various adhesive companies on saying like, hey, let's come up with the right chemistry so that this will stay on. But when it goes in the dishwasher, in this case, the adhesive comes off of the glass. It stays tethered to the material, which then dissolves and goes. So we would have to come up with the right adhesive to go on the Smart Solve face stock.
Are you testing that? Like, what is the like with packaging, there's ISTA testing, there's actual process to follow.
No, there's different tests that you can do with labels. This one is literally, okay, I'm gonna go put it in my dishwasher. So I'm gonna get samples, I'm gonna cut them, and I've done this plenty of times. I've done it in microwaves, freezers, refrigerators, dishwashers. Like, does the ink come off in a dishwasher? Was one question I got. I was like, I don't know. Let's find out.
Let's try. Yeah.
And so
Bet your
that's
wife
the best
loved
way.
that.
She was very excited. That's the best way that I've found to test things in the label business is to make the samples, because it's not hard to make a label sample, or it's a sticker, and then from there you just go do the live field tests. But we have a question.
We've got a question coming in from Carrie to 4. What was the first package design to carry a UPC code on package?
Oh, I know this one.
Dude.
I know it.
What is it?
Juicy fruit gum.
What?
Juicy fruit, it's gonna move ya.
I learned this at the Fresh Produce Association's event just 2 weeks ago. So thank you to whoever put that in one of their slides.
Is this
Yeah.
right?
All right. Carrie, is Corey right? Does he remember? Does he remember that correctly? You sure it wasn't Double Mint
It wasn't. It was
or
juicy
Wrigley's?
fruit. Big bright yellow.
That's
But we should
interesting.
still send her a shirt because she asked a
Of
question.
course.
No.
We got to give out these shirts, guys. It's ridiculous.
Well, I just sent out 3 shirts. I
Oh,
did.
okay.
And I'm
okay.
ordering some
Oh,
more shirts.
Wait. Hang on a second.
Does she get a shirt?
Am I
I
wrong?
think she gets a shirt. The first package to carry UPC code and be scanned was a 10-pack of. Oh, I'm wrong. You're right. Of Wrigley's chewing gum, and then it says juicy fruit.
Okay.
And how's their theme song
And
going?
there's a picture. There's a picture of a Wrigley's pack, not a juicy fruit pack.
Oh, that's not very good. Whoever
Can we
Googled
all
that.
sing the song?
Smithsonian Magazine. Awesome. Thank you so much, Carrie, for asking. Corey, you're the man for remembering that. I'm like, I could picture the pack. I just couldn't remember the name.
It's delicious
And-
gum.
Everybody, the UPC code is going away. So look it up. GS1 Sunrise 2027. All printed packaging is going to change with this. This is happening. It's not being delayed. Retailers are pushing for it. Get rid of the UPC code. Go to a QR code. That's what's going to be happening.
Hang on, man.
Major difference.
This is kind of interesting. Did you know that it was the Morse code that gave the idea for the UPC code?
No.
You know what? You trust but verify. That seems.
I don't know. That one's a pretty good one.
That's pretty.
Carrie's
cool.
got another question if we want to ask this one. I don't know the answer to this one.
So many questions.
We got Dan with Amazon's commitment to paper packaging. How will people effectively navigate the transition to paper mailers?
Easy.
That's happening now. That's been a really great transition.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh,
how?
I like Chris's point here. I should get a prize. That's a good point.
Corey, your
Yeah.
present is our present.
That's right. That's right.
Namaste.
Yeah, I don't know how people are gonna. I know I'm having a conversation with a lot of brands that are kind of talking about moving into paper mailers. They all are trying to reduce the amount of plastic that they're using, but they're also trying to reduce the weight of the paper because of the difference in that material and how thick it is.
Mhm.
Once you get into some of these thinner items, you start getting into some tearing, breakage, damage. There's products out there that can adjust or can work in certain supply chains, but it requires a lot of testing to find out if it makes sense for yours. It's not like a quick switch. Here's the other question. What was the first product ever sold in a paperboard folding carton in the US?
I don't know. I would guess crackers.
Oh,
That would be my first guess.
that's a
Because
good
they
guess.
used to be shipped in barrels. Remember that phrase, bottom of
I
the
do.
barrel? Yeah.
I do remember back when they used to be shipped in barrels. I used to get a couple barrels a week.
Yeah. You always in the 20s when you grew up in Japan.
That's right. And then last question here. Which packaging material was originally invented to be a wall paper?
Hmm.
Bubble
like
wrap.
No.
I don't think it's bubble.
Is it?
It is. Trust
What?
me.
Dude,
Corey, you
come
are
in
the Ken Jennings of Can we solve it?
I'm the fun facts nerd of the group. Yeah,
Dude, I
Wow.
love it.
but I don't
Um,
know. Carrie, can you let us know? Was it crackers? What was the first product?
I like
Yeah,
when people
let us
ask questions and they're like, I don't know.
Yeah,
we can
I was hoping
save-
you knew.
we could save that for next week. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it so much. Thank you for joining us and sticking around. Do us a favor, comment, tag other people in the packaging industry that should be watching the show and hanging out and commenting. And I don't know. I think we have a pretty good time, don't we?
Yeah,
I think we do.
thumbs up.
Every
Thumbs
other.
up.